from LowKick MMA. My name is Danny Podolsky. I'm joined with Vyacheslav Borshchev, better known as Slava Claus. Vyacheslav is getting ready to return to the octagon on August 24th, where he takes on James Llontop. Slava, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, what's up, everybody?
Now, my first question, coming off your last loss, that was in May. It was clear you wanted to get back quickly. You're returning in August. Was that a big point for you to want to kind of make up for that loss and get back quickly in the octagon?
It's hard to say. I just remember there was kind of like cold shower, and yeah, I felt like I just want to fight, and especially because uh, the the stoppage was kind of like, with all respect, like I respect Chase Hooper, wish only best wishes, but I did not top. I think he knew that. I think he knew I didn't top. So and that was kind of like I was kind of upset because only one time I really had hope during the fight. Exactly when he started choking me, because I felt like, oh shit, yeah, I finally can get away. But it is what it is. So and I took it as a, okay, it's cool, it's a reminder. Yes, I'm a fighter, you have to fight. So and I just, okay, because I was kind of like bouncing little between, like, I don't know, when it's hard to explain that quick, but I had it like a little bit hard time during the training to focus in on, and that's what happened. So I always tell him, I think it's one of the first thing I said. So it doesn't matter, even if you're doing everything right, even if you're working hard, it doesn't mean you will succeed. But if you're not working at all, it's like 100% you will not succeed. So, and that's what happened to me. So I did everything right, but okay, thing happened.
I know that fight with Chase Hooper didn't go the way you wanted it to. What improvements have you made since you last fought?
That's hard to say. That's the thing. So I was like in very good condition. So that I was really, really, so especially in jiu-jitsu side, like I did amazing job. Like that was just the saddest part of all of this, because I was ready. That was really good. Like my jiu-jitsu was on point. Everything was good, but it is what it is. So if you look, even the punch I ate, my hand one was on a chin, so it was right here. So like he was right on point, like perfectly, just perfect.
Yeah, I know it was going into that fight. I think the fans weren't necessarily expecting Chase Hooper to knock you down, but that's kind of how it all played out. I know you've kind of had some, time to sit on that loss now, but also reflecting on it, like Chase Hooper is a very, he's a young fighter. He's been in the UFC for a while. And do you feel like, I guess, how would you kind of look at Chase Hooper and what he did that night and how you perceive him going forward?
I don't know. He seems like he does everything right. He just keep fighting. He has like what, three victories in a row. So it seems like he know what he's doing, or at least people around him knows.
Yeah, I think one of the storylines for you in your UFC career is has really been your bounce back. You made it through Contender Series, and then you win your UFC debut, you know, pull off the dance move and all that, and then a couple losses, but then you really turn it around. For me, my favorite fight of yours had to be the fight with Nazim Sadikov. I know that one ended in a draw. You won the win on that one. But I think looking at the overall trajectory of your career, like your resiliency and how you've performed after the losses has shown a lot about you. Do you get coming off that performance against Hooper where it didn't go the way you wanted? Does that kind of motivate you more to feel like, okay, I need to make a statement in my next fight against James Llontop?
It's not about statement. I don't really try to prove anybody anything. So I fight since 2002. My first fight was in 2002. So I'm fighting my whole life. So I become world champ at 19. I become a kickboxing world champ. So uh, that's the best thing, to have a family. I don't really worry much about what people think. I mean, in turn, like you know what? oh, I want everybody like me. I want everybody to love me. Yeah, of course, we all have it. It's still like it's I think it's for any normal person, you don't want everybody hate you, right? But the thing for me, so this motivation, it's I think the scariest part after last fight, I was really scared if I start losing it, like losing this fight feeling. That was it was more like just scared, like afraid. I was just fear, like pure fear, like no way, like am I losing it? Like I'm not fighter. What's going on? Like because just like I said, I did everything right. Like while I was prepared, like I was disciplined. Yeah, I had some hard time, like, but no real injuries, nothing. So and like mostly I'm struggle only with money from time to time. Living in California, so it's and I think the biggest thing to me, like when I got the last, it's just fear what I'm about to lose it. Like because sometimes I won't lie. Sometimes uh, I'm like 32, fighting my whole life, and sometimes there was a time when back in the days in my fighting career, I was thinking like, maybe I'm done. Maybe I should stop fighting. But after you have something like this loss, or like when I had this two losses in a row with DKC and Davis, I'm like, no way, I'm not done yet. No, 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 sorry. So I'm not done yet. I still want to fight. And the best feeling when you want to fight. That's amazing. That's the thing I missed from being a young fighter.
Yeah, well, certainly, I think we're as the fans, you're a fan favorite, and seeing you back so quickly after that loss is a big bonus for all the fans. That fight happened in May, didn't go the way you want, but you're already gonna be back in August. So props to you on that. Looking ahead to this fight, how did this matchup with James Llontop come together? And have you gone to watch any of his previous fights? And what do you think gives you the advantage over James?
That it's hard to say about the advantages, not advantages. Like we're both hungry. He just lost two, right? Uh, I'm not sure. He probably a little younger, right? He's a little younger, and he has a big experience in MMA, probably bigger than me. Just I have more experience in UFC,
Mhm.
but bigger guys. But I don't know. I just believe I'm a better fighter. So I think we about the same skill sets. I'm just a little bit better everywhere. Like just a little bit. Like it doesn't matter. Like striking, wrestling, everything. He seems like he know everything too. He loves clinching a lot. It's all will be in our heads. So
Mhm.
who's mentally better prepared?
Yeah, and I also want to ask both you and James Llontop are you guys both got to the UFC through Dana White's Contender Series. Contender Series is returning again this Tuesday. Talk to me about both, I mean, that experience now that it's been, a few years since you came through on Contender Series. Talk to me about how you feel about that show, and then also what advice would you give to, a fighter who is trying to get into the UFC about to fight on that show, and get their chance to make it to the promotion.
No, I believe Contender Series. It's an amazing idea. It's I don't know. It's everybody love it. Like the stories, like when guy from nowhere came and like show like impressed everybody and like everybody loves him now. And it's really cool when you follow and watch how his career going later. It's also really good example of even if you succeed and did something really good, something really big, it doesn't mean that's it. So it doesn't mean you can relax now and alcohol and chill. So you still have to work. It's like probably like with everything. When you get your first $1 million, it doesn't mean now you can chill all left. No, it's inflation. It's like the world going crazy. So you have to keep working. You have to keep being smart to think how you like work with your money. So says in this case, I believe it's very I love shows like that, and the Ultimate Fighter. It's amazing. In some point, even better and harder because it's like more. It's longer,
Mhm.
competitive, more competitive. But Contender Series is short. It's like Instagram reels, like for fans. Like
Mhm.
chicks, you look at that. Oh, guy from nowhere, bam bam, he won. Some big big fans, they probably follow the guys, right? You might be already know some guys even before Contender Series, but most of people, they just, oh, this guy. They show his short story. Usually, they do really good job of like little movie, the short movies, next level or whatever. It's like my one was made by Jared. So thank him. I really love it. I show my kids since like they love it, and I believe it's a really good way to show your skills at a high level and start this classic American success story. You know, the classic one. Everybody love this story. Oh, guy, boom, Schwab, he won, and now you follow him. It's make you more like connect with this person compared to guy just uh show up in UFC. Oh,
Mhm.
where's he get from? Like, why? How he get in UFC? You know?
Yeah, and I think you have one of my favorite, I think Dana White's Contender Series appearances because you came into that fight, and that's the thing that you just said about the guys who go on that show is oftentimes you fans, unless you're the hardcore fans, don't know these guys. And you, Slava, you go out there, you knock out your opponent, and then you do the Slava clause.
That's
And I remember watching you with I think interviewing Laura Senko was interviewing you, and you're singing, "Oh, Slava Claus is coming to town," and I feel like that show for you really is kind of what put you on the radar for a lot of people. And I think the great thing about that show is that you see a lot of just a lot of personalities that come out of it. Sean O'Malley's now a champion. Jamal Hill was a champion. Um, you look around the UFC, pretty much every division, some guy in the top 10 has come through that show. So certainly it was awesome watching you on that show. And I'm so happy he's coming back this Tuesday. But yeah, I was very glad to get to hear your input on that. I have to ask you, I need some tips on the Slava Claus dance. You gotta tell me how to do it a little bit.
yeah, this. So I'm not sure if I do it the proper way, but me, because I used to work a lot on pistol squats. So, and to me, it's usually not really hard. So it's just work on the pistol squats, and that's it. And later you just do it fast. That's it. It's like
Is that I know you're from Russia. Is that like native to Russia, or is that just a
I
kind of
believe
thing?
it's most of Slavic people. It's not just Russians. Russians, like Slavic people has very similar culture. By the way, like your last name sound like you might have some Polish or
Yeah,
Rus-
Podolski.
yeah.
I think it's Polish.
Yeah, I think they dance it too. So that'd be
Yeah.
pretty sure. Ukrainians for sure they dance it too. Yes. So it's I don't know. I started even in kickboxing time. I don't know it's how exactly it's happened. Just I don't know. Just I the funny thing, I don't really know what I'm doing. It's just emotions. I think that's why people love it. Like because it's the pure emotions. Like I just okay, fuck it, let's go, dance.
Yeah, I love it. I think one of the reasons too is that it's so lighthearted. Like you go into the octagon and you knock out another man, and then you see you dancing, and it's not, sometimes you'll see the dance, it's like, it's a guy shooting, a gun at their opponent who's unconscious. Whereas it just feels like it's the fun, lighthearted dance. You're moving around. It's, the fans are getting into it. I think that's why the fans love that dance so much.
I see.
Um, going back to this fight, you're returning to the UFC Apex. That's obviously where you got into the UFC. Your last two fights were in front of fans, is in St. Louis, and then before that was in Vegas. How would you compare the experience at the Apex to in front of fans?
So that's interesting. Like I actually, me personally, I like fight in front of fans. But if you take my all my losses was not no Davis only with Davis in Apex, but other losses was in in a like big buildings like stadiums. So and this strange. I actually love fight in front of many fans. Probably my favorite was Madison Square Garden, of course. Like that was like whoa, like there's no way. I remember I couldn't stop thinking about like uh I just remember how was I was a kid like running in my area, and just like I was just dreaming about, oh, I gonna be master of sports in kickboxing, something like this, and imagine about like Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, how they fought, like boom, 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 and now okay, I'm here, and even in fact, the uh, Ali movie with Will Smith.
I think I've heard of it, but tell me.
Yeah, it's like something I believe 2000, something like this, maybe in 1999. But anyway, pretty old movie. So and I think this a movie. It's a reason why I even the first time ever I was thinking, okay, I want to be a world champ. So this impressed me so bad that Ali is a character. So he's probably was the first boxer I noticed and like start following, like, oh, I want to be like this guy. So, and then of course, for me, it was a super special. I was trying to not think about that, like, but as soon as we started, as I walk in, I'm like, no way, it's so cool.
Yeah, and the UFC has kind of made it, it's not officially a tradition, but this will now be the fourth straight year that November they go to Madison Square. I'm sure at some point in your career, you got to be hoping to get back to that venue for a fight.
I hope so.
And also looking at that fight, the fight that you put on with Nazim Sadikov, just an awesome, incredible back and forth fight. It ends in the majority draw, and then it also ended with you guys both kind of dancing together. When you think about that fight, it, kind of when it does end in the draw, is that a fight you would want at some point again, a rematch with Nazim Sadikov, knowing that you guys are both, kind of on the rise of at the lightweight, echelon a little bit, and also it ended in the draw.
I don't know. It's like first of all, it seems like we have a relationship. We kind of become a friends, and I think we would like to do it, but we need to sell it like really like for something really big. I don't know, to be honest, like he's a tough guy. Like so I just like I said, I thought I won this fight, but he almost killed me. For that was little period in the second round, but like he almost killed me. Like that was I don't think I ever been that close. And that was like whoa, yeah, I bounced back, we fought, that was a great fight, but it's not something you really like to repeat.
Fair enough. Well, and then talk to me. So you're training at Team Alpha Male. Obviously, that's your Faber's gym. Who have been your main training partners for this camp specifically? And just being in California, I know you're originally from Russia. How has that helped you in your career?
So I mean, we have a great team, really big team, and we have a lot of guys coming back and forth. Now we have like again all these guys from Kyrgyzstan training with us. They going back and forth, but they still with us, like Miktebek. And there's some guys you don't know yet because they're not in UFC yet, but they will be soon for sure. We have uh, Isaac Thompson from Australia. So I can't wait to see him in UFC. He's so good. 'Cause I remember him because he starts so young. He showed up first time. I think he was 16, something like this. Now he's like what 20. It's like he's so good. You guys will love him. I think he's fighting in LFA or something like this. Don't miss it. Like so good. And we have a pretty big team, so it's hard to point. It just would be not fair. So I'm trained with everybody. We have like guys from Afghanistan, great guy. So like and then a lot of Americans, of course, local guys, Sacramento guys. I'm not even talking about like Clay Guida, Elkins, Darren Elkins. Phil is still like, I mean, he's right now like I believe in Vegas, but he's like still coming for training. So it's a great team, great team. We have a lot of great coaches. Ryan Loader, in fact, like who's a finalist of Ultimate Fighter, he's also our wrestling coach. So, but it's like it's a great team. So we have everything, all tools. All we need, money. Like anything else, we do have.
Fair enough. Well, obviously, I know Uriah Faber is, I mean, he's such a great coach, and you can speak more to that as kind of the culture he's built there at Team Alpha Male. But looking kind of forward to your division, the lightweights, the champion right now it's Islam Makhachev. First of all, from your perspective, it's got to be cool having a fellow Russian as the champion. And then also looking at Makhachev specifically, he's not currently booked, but it looks like he's likely going to fight Arman Sarukian next in a rematch. How do you see that division playing out, and how do you think that fight would play out for Islam Makhachev?
Well, like I, that's so hard to say. The both guys say really impressive what they doing. It's like it's just scary. Sometimes like it's like whoa, this impressive and scary same time. The guys like the physical condition, skill wise is so good. But I like what I saw uh Mahachev in really like hard situation, and he always was able to like get out of it and strong. And like look, he's mainly finished his fights like in it's pretty big in this weight class, and it's super competitive, and he fought the best guys in the weight class, and he finished most of them. It's like I mean it's big, so I wish him the best things to Arman, but I don't know. It's like seems like Islam on another level. It's hard to keep the same level for so long. We'll see what's going to happen to him, but for now, I don't know. Yeah, he's the best for sure.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, certainly his title run right now has been just incredible. He's number one pound for pound, and it doesn't look like he's gonna be losing that spot anytime soon. But Slav, I want to thank you so much for taking the time, and just my final question for you. August 24th, Slava Borshchev, James Llontop. Slava, give me your official prediction.
Ah, that's it's not fair to ask. Of course, I'm gonna win. It's like it's if like that's what I say. What like doesn't matter what you're doing in your life. You're looking for a new job, you're going to like college, or like you chase a girl and you want to like make her girlfriend, so you're looking for the love forever, you want to marry somebody. If you not thinking about victory and solution of this situation, don't even start. Like like why would I fight if I not looking for the W? Yeah, of course I do need money, but I can go to find a normal job. Like I don't want anybody beat my like I don't want anybody beat me. So no, thank you. Of course, I'm looking only for W. It's only W. We'll see W. That's it.
Well, there you go, and hopefully we'll get to see the Slava Claus dance on August 24th as well. Guys, Vyacheslav Borshchev is back. He takes on James Llontop on August 24th at the UFC Apex. You will not want to miss this fight. Slava, if there are any fans, socials, whatever, platform you want to shout out, the platform is yours. Feel free to shout out whoever.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Slava, thank you so much for taking the time.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA. Make sure to subscribe to the LowKickMMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.